Hello, welcome back everyone to the Linguisphere Academy podcast. I'm Alex.
And I'm Sam, right here with you. So glad you're with us again.
You know, I was watching a match the other day, just a regular club match, and I started thinking about the World Cup, how different it feels, how special it is.
Oh, there's nothing like the World Cup. It's completely different from any other sporting event.
Exactly, and it got me thinking about why the World Cup is considered the most important event in the world, not just in sports, in the whole world.
That's a big claim, but I think it's true. There's something about the World Cup that no other event can match.
Today, our topic is, why is the World Cup the most important event in the world? We're going to explore the history, the scale, the passion, and the cultural significance of this incredible tournament.
By the end of this episode, you'll understand why the world stops for this event every 4 years.
As always, we'll speak clearly and keep it friendly. Lots of examples, lots of stories, lots of passion.
So get comfortable. Let's start with the most basic question. What is the World Cup?
The World Cup is the biggest football tournament in the world. It's organized by FIFA, the International Football Federation.
It happens every 4 years. Countries from all over the world compete to qualify.
The first tournament was in 1930 in Uruguay. Only 13 teams participated.
Can you believe that? Just 13 teams. Now, in 2026, there are 48 teams.
The World Cup has grown so much over the years. The format has changed many times.
In 1954, they introduced the 16-team format with 4 groups of 4. That was the turning point.
That format stayed for a long time. Then in 1998, they expanded to 32 teams.
And now, in 2026, it's 48 teams for the first time ever. It's the biggest World Cup in history.
The 2026 World Cup is being hosted by 3 countries, the United States, Canada, and Mexico.
That's historic. 3 countries hosting together. Canada is hosting for the first time. Mexico is hosting for the 3rd time.
Mexico hosted in 1970 and 1986. Now they're hosting again. It's a special moment for them.
The tournament will have 104 matches, which is 40 more than before.
That's a lot of football, a lot of excitement, a lot of memories.
Now let's talk about why the World Cup is so important.
First, it's the scale. It's truly global. Teams from every continent participate.
In the 2026 World Cup, there are teams from Africa, Asia, Europe, North and South America, and Oceania.
The expansion to 48 teams gives more countries the chance to experience the World Cup.
That's important. The World Cup should be for everyone, not just the traditional powerhouses.
First, it's the passion. The World Cup creates an emotional connection that no other event can match.
Think about it. People who don't normally watch football will watch the World Cup.
Entire countries stop to watch their national team play. Streets become empty. Everything stops.
There's something about watching your country play that's different from watching a club team.
It's about identity. It's about pride. It's about belonging to something bigger than yourself.
The World Cup can unite a country. In times of division, football can bring people together.
Third, it's the history. The World Cup has been happening for almost 100 years.
There are so many legendary moments. Pele's goals, Maradona's hand of God, Zidane's headbutt.
These moments become part of our collective memory. They're passed down from generation to generation.
The World Cup is also important for the economic impact. It's a massive business.
The 2026 World Cup is expected to generate about $40.9 billion for the global economy.
That's billions of dollars, and it creates hundreds of thousands of jobs.
The 80 host cities are expected to spend about $8 billion on time zones.
The tournament attracts millions of tourists. Around 6.5 million people are expected to travel to the host cities.
They'll spend money on hotels, food, transportation, and souvenirs.
The host cities are already preparing. They've upgraded stadiums, transportation, and infrastructure.
The World Cup leaves a legacy, not just in stadiums, but in the development of the sport.
Now, let's talk about the TV viewership. The World Cup is watched by billions of people.
The 2026 World Cup is expected to reach over 6 billion people worldwide.
That's most of the planet. Almost every country on Earth will watch at least some of the tournament.
In the United States, the group stage matches averaged nearly 10 million viewers per match across Fox and Telemundo.
That's a huge increase from 2022. Fox was up 92% in viewership.
Telemundo was up 122%. Spanish-language viewership is massive.
If the US team plays, the numbers are even bigger. Their group stage matches averaged over 24 million viewers per match.
That's more than the NBA Finals or the World Series.
In Japan, 22.4 million people watched their team's match against Tunisia.
That's almost the entire population of Tokyo watching one match.
In Norway, 97% of the television audience watched their team's opening match.
That's incredible. Almost everyone watching the same thing at the same time. The World Cup is one of the few events that can do that, bring the world together.
Now, let's talk about the prize money. It's also at record levels.
The total prize pool for the 2026 World Cup is $655 million.
That's a 50% increase from 2022. The champion will receive $50 million.
Every participating country is guaranteed at least $10.5 million.
That's a lot of money. It helps developing countries invest in football.
The money flows to many people, players, federations, clubs, and the global economy.
FIFA is also increasing the club benefits program to $355 million.
That's to compensate clubs that release their players for the tournament.
The World Cup is also a huge opportunity for brands and sponsors.
Adidas, Nike, Coca-Cola, Visa, McDonald's, they all want to be associated with the World Cup.
Adidas received $288 million in World Cup-related orders in the first quarter alone.
Nike is projected to generate an additional $1.3 billion in revenue from the tournament.
The World Cup is a goldmine for merchandise, jerseys, scarves, stickers, and toys.
Panini's World Cup sticker album is always a sensation. Searches increased by 600% this year.
Lego has partnered with FIFA for the first time to produce a model of the trophy.
The tournament even boosts food and beverage sales. Beer consumption could increase by 568 million liters.
That's a 3% increase in global beer sales. It's huge.
The World Cup is also a platform for cultural expression.
Look at what Norway did with the Viking row. It became a global phenomenon.
After every victory, the players and fans would sit down and row together. It was simple but powerful.
It spread beyond the stadium. People were doing it in Times Square, on subways, and at airports.
It showed how football can create a sense of community and identity.
Norway's cultural ritual became a symbol of the 2026 World Cup. The World Cup is also about the stories, the underdogs, the legends, the heartbreaks.
This year, we have so many storylines. The U.S. team playing at home, Canada's first men's World Cup.
Mexico hosting for the third time, teams like Norway and Cape Verde making their mark.
In the 2026 World Cup, 13 teams secured spots in the knockout stage, including Mexico, Canada, Brazil, and the United States.
The knockout stage is when the drama really begins. One match, win or go home.
The tension is unbearable. The joy is unmatched. The heartbreak is devastating.
Now let's talk about what the World Cup means to ordinary people.
It's a time when the world feels smaller, when we feel connected to people we've never met.
A mechanic in Buenos Aires, a teacher in Lagos, a taxi driver in Casablanca.
They all share the same emotions at the same time. The same hopes, the same fears, the same joy.
The World Cup gives us a shared emotional vocabulary, no translation needed.
It's a reminder that we're all human, all connected, all feeling the same things.
The World Cup also reveals something about our world, the contradictions and challenges.
The tournament is more global than ever, but access is becoming harder for ordinary fans.
Tickets are expensive, accommodation costs are high, travel is difficult.
The doors are wider, but the threshold is higher.
It's a reflection of our time. The world is more connected, but also more divided.
But despite these challenges, the World Cup still matters. It still brings us together.
Football was never built on wealth. It grew from labor and improvisation.
A patch of ground was enough. A ball was enough. A shared moment of imagination was enough.
That simplicity is the foundation of the World Cup's emotional power.
For 1 month every 4 years, we're all part of the same story.
The World Cup is the most important event in the world because it reminds us who we are.
It reminds us that we're part of something bigger, that we're all human, all connected.
And that's why the world stops. That's why billions watch.
That's why the World Cup matters.
Now, here's your challenge for this week. Watch a World Cup match, or watch highlights, or read about the tournament.
Notice the emotions, the passion, the connection. Think about what it means to people around the world.
Then come back and tell us in the comments, what does the World Cup mean to you?
We read every comment. Your perspectives make our community stronger.
Remember, the World Cup is more than just a football tournament. It's a celebration of humanity.
Thank you for spending this time with us. We'll be back next week with another topic.
Until then, enjoy the beautiful game.
And hey, before you go, if this episode made you excited about the World Cup, please hit that subscribe button. It's free and it means we can keep making these passionate episodes.
Yes, please, and leave us a comment. What does the World Cup mean to you?
We read every comment. Your perspectives make our community stronger.
Subscribe, comment, share. It helps more people understand the power of the World Cup.
Thanks again, everyone. Now, go watch the beautiful game.
Bye for now.
Bye!